Hello everybody, my name is Kanto Emblem, and I and a group of others have been working for a while on a project called Fire Emblem the Chthonic Curse, and today I am happy to present it for FEE3 2021. Without further ado, let us begin. Today I will be playing the Prologue, Divide and Conquer.
Fiorian year 862. The continent of Fioria knows relative peace. While no major war has broken out, there's plenty of work for mercenaries and such to do. Benenzo's mercenary company arrive at Berto village to take up a job, but little do they know, they're in for a much more hefty task.
I hope those mercenaries arrive soon. This village can't take another attack. I pray they get here before those fiends.
Oi, boss says if we get this place, we can set up a base to take care of them no-good barbacks for good and all. Hop to it, lads!
I do believe that I've jinxed myself. Now we need those mercenaries sooner than I thought.
It seems the bandits beat us here. We should meet with Aristus, and fast.
Good plan. Could you tell me who they're with, Ted?
Not really. They didn't seem very talkative.
A shame, really. The dead ones rarely are up for chat. What do you think, Zoe? How do we handle this?
Hex. Tried to warn the villagers before the bandits ransacked their homes. You should get there in no time with Ichiban.
Understood. On my way.
Ted, you fly around the perimeter and take out any enemies trying to interfere with Hex. Watch out for the archers. They'll try to pierce through Mona's wings.
You got it. They won't lay a finger on her.
May, Nate, you two stick with us, and we'll pick off bandits as we advance the magistrate. It wouldn't do us well to split up. We're a little light on armor. We're on it! Leave it to us!
Yeah, that's a good plan. Alright, everyone, you have your orders. Let's make our move.
With the mission in order, we're set to begin. I'd like to start by going over units. First of all, we have one of the main lords, Ben. He is one of the two commanders of the Benenzo's mercenary company. His two best stats are strength and speed, pretty much. Obviously, his skill base is a little higher than his strength. It's okay. Ben's gimmick as a unit is to take loads of damage and to get stronger as he fights. And I've illustrated this with his two personal skills, Chaotic Power, when HP is below 50%, gain 1.5 times strength, skill, and speed, and Fiery Blood, plus 4 damage when HP is not at max. I don't see a lot of hacks incentivize, not necessarily careless, but reckless, I think is the word I want to use. Like, you're intentionally putting your main lord in danger to accomplish objectives, kill enemies, whatever. It's an interesting gimmick, and we've had loads of fun trying it out. His personal sword, Justice's Bolt, provides him plus 10 hit and avoid when HP is not at max. His other weapon, the Wind Sword, acts as a think of the Wind Sword in this hack as not a magical sword like a Levin Sword or a Rune Sword, but a physical 1-2 range weapon a la javelins and hand axes. It's designed to be, at least here, it's designed to be a affordable, easy to use, accessible 1-2 range weapon for sword users. Has similar might to what a javelin or a hand axe might have, or equivalent. Next up, we have Zoe. She is the other commander of Benenzo's mercenary company, half-blood from West Fioria and co-founder of Benenzo's Mercenary Co., dedicated to her work. She's a tactician. Her gimmick is to deal single hits of massive magical damage. Her magic stat is quite large, as well as her luck. But her speed, it's not bad, but it is middling intentionally. So unless you get super speed screwed, which isn't very likely, Zoe is going to not double things, but she will not be doubled herself. That's sort of the sweet spot we've aimed for. And in the name of dealing massive damage, her personal skill is Chthonic Air. It deals 1.5 times damage on a skill percent activation. And this is paired with her personal tome, Truth Spire, which gives plus 10% to skill activation rate. So at base, she has a 20% chance to deal 1.5 times damage. Pretty powerful. Next up is Ted, the first recruit of Ben and Zoe's mercenary company, and has a pet wyvern and a good head on his shoulders. He's a wyvern rider. Ted's deal is that he is very strong and very bulky. He is going to be the one that is pursuing side objectives, rescue dropping, and doing a lot of tanking as well. His personal skill, Solidarity, provides plus 10 critical and critical avoid to adjacent allies. Next up we have Hex. And Hex is a great segue to talk about how Cavaliers are going to be handled. Now, what we've done here is separated Cavaliers into 3 categories. Regular Cavaliers, Blade Cavaliers, and Bow Cavaliers. Regular Cavaliers use lances and swords, Blade Cavaliers uses axes and swords, and Bow Cavaliers use bows. Now, the reason that it's set up this way, it's under a guiding philosophy of how these units realistically fight. Cavaliers specialize in lances, and Blade Cavaliers specialize in axes. Both wield swords because we sort of see it as an easy to learn, accessible, easy to wield sidearm that can be carried as an alternative weapon. And that's sort of the guiding principle of how the classes are balanced as well. Hex comes with a silver axe and an iron sword, and her personal skill is Savior. Next up we have Nate. The best way I can describe how Nate works is by making a comparison. Nate is the Lu to Zoe's Lilina. What I mean by this is that if Zoe is dealing 17 flat damage, Nate is dealing 8 times 2. Not to say that Nate is worse than Zoe, it's just an example. But he deals less in a single hit, but he's going to be doubling practically everything. His personal skill is Tempest Sword, or Tempest Blade. It negates enemy resistance on a skill percent activation. And he focuses, he's not limited to, but he is focused on wind magic. Next up we have May. She is the second pre-promote you get. The best way to describe what the difference between May and Hex is. Hex is more of a supportive pre-promote. She's going to be rescue dropping. She's going to be pursuing objectives. She's going to be rescuing just in general if things turn a little hairy. While May is going to be the one with her strength and speed, as well as her silver bow and her iron bow. She's going to either be decimating foes or whittling them down for your other units to take down. Now, something special with May that I'd like to discuss is how I'm handling snipers. Now, what we've done is that instead of just blanketing all bows with 2-3 range, we're giving specific classes +1 to bow range. In this case, May, sniper. Snipers get +1, and hunters that appear on this map also have +1 bow range. So, enough with the talking, it's time to get to playing. If you're paying attention to the tactics section, you'll know that Hex is supposed to, but doesn't necessarily have to. This map can be played however you wish, but I'm going to follow the tactics section for the sake of the showcase. Hex is going to go this way, and Ted's going to support her. Can I get a dodge? Yeah. Nice one. Okay, Nate, I'm going to have you attack. Nice, 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 nice. Double crit. Gotta love Shaver. I'll have Zoe attack this lady. I will have May. You know what? I think I'm actually just gonna have May finish this, just straight up kill this guy. Yeah, Astra Prog. Forgot to mention, Astra is her personal skill. And then I'm going to have Ben approach, use a wind sword, like that. Double evasion, you love to see it. So those guys are going to approach. Alright, and now I think what I'll do, I'll have Nate attack over here first. Crit right off the bat, very nice. And gets a kill. How wonderful. Now I'm going to have Hex attack this guy. Please hit. Thank you. You're probably wondering why I'm worried about an 87%, but there have been times in testing where she misses that 87.
Thank you for saving me. That goon wasn't letting up. Here, take this. It could fetch you a pretty penny at the shop.
Money! Alright, so I'm gonna have May bait out these archers with an iron bow, and then I'll have Ben weaken these guys. And I'll have Zoe finish him off. Oh, Astra. Oh, doesn't matter. Crit. Very nice. Alright, just gonna have Ben come around here. He one rounds this guy, which is very nice. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Doesn't quite put him in resolve range, but... Actually, does it? No, it does not. Chaotic power is actually, it's functionally identical to resolve. Should have mentioned. I would also like to mention that the generic enemy Myrmidon palette is based on an infamous Fire Emblem character. And I challenge the comment section of this video to figure out who that character is. Alright, so I'm gonna have Hex come around over here. Try the Silver Axe. I'm feeling adventurous. Ah. That's alright. I'm gonna have Ted come around here and use a hand axe on this guy. Nice miss. Okay, Hex, if you hit the 16, you're a legend. Ah. Ted attack like this. Nice. I'll have Zoe. I think I'll have Zoe and May. No, I'll have Nate and May advance this way. And May, you can use your silver bow. This guy's pretty strong. I'm gonna have Ben and Zoe basically bolt full speed this way. Hex, obliterate. Nice dodge. And enemy phase. Ted'll be alright. He's bulky. Alright, I think I'll have Zoe grab this village.
Oh, this shit again. Hey, you. Kid, this shore's pretty cool, isn't it? Go and kill... Oh, those bastards with it for me, alright?
Get a glass sword. Now this works exactly how you think it works. It is the same as the one that showed up in Awakening. Oh wow. Shit's all over this guy. It's the same might, weight, same stats as a silver sword, but it only has 3 uses. Nice one. First level. Pretty standard. Ted. Be lucky? Thank you. He's almost got a level 2. And I'll have Hex go for the funny. Did not work out for me. Unfortunate. I'll probably have Hex start whittling away on him with a iron sword. Nate can wrap up this. Hopefully get a crit. Maybe. No. May can take advantage of her personal skill and dodge the very scary Dying Blaze that this mage has. That has ended many of my practice runs, I will freely admit. Yeah, that guy's doing barely anything too, Hex. Alright, Nate, kill like this and you can grab the village next turn. Very, very nice. First level. That's pretty typical for him as well. We got some money, so I'm gonna actually stop by this vendor. I will buy a Thunder Tome. Give it to Nate. Yeah, and Hex start whittling away on this guy. There you are. Yeah, Ted, go for that. I'm actually surprised he hit. Level up. Yo, he leveled magic. I believe that's a 20% growth. 25%. Still, legend. Alright, gonna have these two advance towards the boss. Alrighty. Hex is finally gonna finish this guy off. Nate, grab this village.
Books contain copious amounts of knowledge. This one lets you shoot fire, for example. You can use this, right? I can't seem to get it to work for myself.
Get a fire tome, and I'm gonna actually trade that thunder over to him. Ted, you make your way over here for the solidarity bonus. And I'll also have you chuck a hand axe. And we will confront the boss.
Who are you? Some kind of heroes? Well, let me show you how we treat heroes round these parts.
I was honestly worried he wasn't going to hit that. Alright, next up, Zoe.
My. What a cute little lass. How much gold you reckon I can make off ya?
Oh, I'm supposed to be scared of you, right?
Why, you think yourself a comedian, do ya, wench?
The only clown I see is you.
Grrr, that's it. Taste me axe!
Alright, she hit 2. That's awesome. That's awesome. And lastly...
Who's this supposed to be? Some kind of wannabe chef? Run long before I make mincemeat out of you, pot boy.
Ugh, I hate ones like this. Ah, well.
Hear me, foul brigand. The great Ben Vodorentia will strike you down.
Well, that is... Oh, hell. Take this!
Bring it.
What? How?
And he's done for.
Only one left.
Nate, grab that thunder tome. You now have a nice collection going for you. And that's the chapter we're ready to seize. I should also mention both lords are able to seize.
And that takes care of that. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, that fight is going to leave a mark. Is everyone alright?
Yep, all good here. Those scum were nothing me and Nate couldn't handle.
Ah, you're overselling it, May. Those guys are pretty tough.
Now that the bandits are out of the picture, I believe Aristus agreed to meet us in this house?
Yes, hopefully he's safe. Ben?
Don't look at me. You made the arrangement.
I know, but just because we worked with him before doesn't mean I know him well.
Alright, I understand. Don't worry, I've got this.
Hark, O Magistrate of Berto! The mighty Bedenzo's mercenary company have routed the bandits. You may exit your abode.
You know you could have just knocked.
Yes, young heroes. Fine work, as always. Though, in the future, keep in mind that I do have neighbors. A simple knock works just fine.
Of course, sir. My apologies. Now, do you have any idea why those brigands keep attacking this village specifically?
I do. And it's actually why I've summoned you. Please, it's cold today. Come inside.
You have a nice place, sir. But you wanted to discuss something with us? Something tells me it's a little more than just the usual.
Right you are, young lady. Let me start at the beginning. In this region of Gortala, there are two groups of bandits locked in a major turf war. The Sarkrats in the west, and the Barbaks in the east. Based on the positioning of their respective bases, Berto is the perfect tactical position for one to launch attacks on the other from, which is why both groups vie to occupy it. This is also why our bandit troubles frequently persist.
So, what you're getting at is, you want us to take out both groups so the war ends and your village can have peace?
Ideally, that would be what I ask of you, but I fear both groups are far too powerful to be taken out separately. I was merely going to request...
Shouldn't be too much of an issue for us.
But who's going to ensure the village's safety? If we set out for one bandit group, the town will be left defenseless for the other to take.
Not if we went after both at once.
Ben, are you insane? Our mercenary company is small enough as is. If we split up, we won't stand a chance.
Ah, come on, Zoe. You scared of just a few bandits? If they're anything like the ones we fought today, we could do it with our eyes closed.
Those are merely a small group of what's practically an entire army. It's not the same thing.
Well, naturally it's not, but that doesn't change anything. We're Ben and Zoe's mercenary co. There's no job that we can't handle. And this is no different. Right, guys?
If we are to resolve this issue, dispatching both groups simultaneously is the only option we seem to have. You have my vote, Ben.
Honestly, the harebrained schemes you come up with sometimes... Well, nothing for it. I'm in. Let's do this.
I go where you go, and that's all there is to it.
Wow. You guys are way more stupid than I thought. Listen to Zoe. Do you even hear yourselves?
Oh, come on, Hex. You knew what you were in for when you joined. What else would you expect from our leader?
Need I remind you, I'm also a leader, and I think this is nothing more than a suicide mission.
Ah, come on. Don't be like that. You saying you don't believe in us? Say we split up. I could lead one squad, and you the other. I figure with my leadership skills and your big old noggin, we can scrape by somehow.
It's not that, I just... Fine. I still don't like it, but clearly I'm in the minority here. But my point still stands, our forces are too thin. We don't have enough men.
Well, if manpower is your problem, I may be able to assist.
Wow, guy, you can fight? That's so cool!
Well, yes. But that's not what I had in mind. Excuse me, you there. Would you fetch Casimir and Gio for me?
At once, sir.
These are our village's most stalwart champions. Would you two care to introduce yourselves? I am Casimir. I used to serve in the Gortalian military, but in my retirement I settled here in Berto, and am now in the service of Lord Erastus. I'm at your command. Let's show those bandits what's for.
Hey, I'm Joe. Not as much to me as the big guy over there, but I care about this place and can hold my own in the fight. So, if you'd have me, I'd be more than happy to join your squad.
I see. I don't have a problem with welcoming you to our little family. What say you, Zoe? You think with these two we stand a chance?
Our chances of success have risen from 0% to 1%.
I think that means you guys are in.
Oh, joy.
I hope to serve admirably.
If we decide to pursue this idiotic plan, we should probably flesh it out a tad. Think you can make it sound like it didn't come out of some village drunk's mouth, Zoe? Just give me a second. The strongholds are directly east and west of this village, right?
Yes, that's correct. The Socrats occupy the Enkiel coast to the west, and the Barbaks occupy the Kronyu caves to the east.
With that in mind, I'll take the west and Ben can take the east. The Kronyu caves are a pretty tight space, and my fire magic is bound to hurt one of the others. Ted can come with me, since Mona would be too confined to fight effectively. Hex can join Ben's group because the cave's at a much greater distance than the coast, and besides, Ichiban wouldn't do well climbing up the steep hills.
So we've established that Hex and I are going east, and you and Ted are going west. What about everyone else?
Well...
I go where you go.
I can't stand caves. It's dark and there are so many creepy crawlies. Please put me on your team, Zoe.
I suppose that settles you two. Casimir, if you don't mind heights, I'd like to ask you to join my group. Our defenses are a little lacking.
Understood. I'm yours to command.
Then I guess we know where Joe's headed. Take care of the pothead, will ya?
You got it. He won't even get a scratch, I swear.
Hey, I can take care of myself, thank you very much. I appreciate it, though. Casimir, take care of Zoe, will you?
There's no need to worry. My shield is impregnable.
I like your confidence there, man. Yeah, this is looking more and more feasible by the moment. So, to review, my party consists of Hex, Nate, and Gio, and we're heading eastward through this forest to the Kronyu Caves, where we will capture the Barback stronghold within, while Zoe's party will head directly to the Enchio coast and capture the Sarkrab base located there. Does that about cover it?
Yes, that's about a good summary. We'll execute our plan first thing in the morning, but first we should get some rest.
I can have rooms for each of you. It's the least I can do to thank you for your brave deeds today.
Oh, that would be swell. Mona and I could use some shut-eye. Good night, everyone.
Right. Thank you, Aristus, sir. Good night, everybody. Oh man, I slept like a baby. We've got a big day ahead of us. You ready, partner?
Couldn't get much sleep myself, but I suppose we shouldn't dawdle. Everyone's waiting.
Alright, let's go. Alright, team. The battle ahead won't be an easy one, but I have faith in each and every one of you. Let's do this.
Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to be Ben and Zoe's mercenary co, would you?
Why, yes, we are, young lady. You wouldn't happen to be a fan of ours, would you?
Well, you could say that. My name is Nana, and I owe a lot to you guys.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm flattered. Thank you very much. Hearing that makes all of our hard work worth it.
Wait a minute, big guy, I wasn't done. As you're already well aware, our village constantly has bandit troubles, and, well, in one of their most recent raids, my idiot brother decided to take a stand against those ratbags. He lost his life the minute he encountered one of them. Though, as I was running for safety, a dashing young man with a crimson blade and copper paw protected me. He was so brave and handsome, my heart swooned at the sight of him. I later learned that he was the leader of a mercenary company, so I promised myself if I ever met that man again, I'd ask him for his hand in marriage.
Well, isn't that just— Wait, what? What led you to a conclusion like that?
Well, all the other men in this village are too shrimpy or brutish. Any man that I settle down with needs to be tough but sensitive, one that cares for the safety of others and has the will and strength to protect them. And, well, I got a gut feeling that you were all of those things when I saw you, and I don't want to let this chance slip away from me.
Well, you see, I'm not the sole leader of this merry band. I also run it alongside my partner.
You mean the purple-caped girl? She's cute, but I don't swing that way. You're the one I want, pothead.
Listen, miss, I think you're a very sweet girl. I appreciate your kind words, and I'd even be open to having a relationship with you. But the mercenary life is cruel. I'm not sure I could keep you safe, or even have the time for normal relationship activities. Ask yourself, are you sure you want that?
Well, looks like there's nothing for it other than for me to officially join your company then, is there?
Out of the question.
I don't remember asking you. What's the problem?
Can you even fight?
Yep, with pleasure.
Ugh, fine. But with this mission, we're entering completely unfamiliar territory, so you stay by me and out of the line of fire at all times. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Whatever you say.
Oh, gods. This one's gonna be a handful.
And that was the prologue of Fire Emblem: The Chthonic Curse. I'd like to do a few special thanks before we end. I want to thank all the members of the Chthonic Curse team. I quite literally would not have been able to do this without any of them. Special thanks to Zoro the Mage Knight. She is the most wonderful art director to work with, I'm sure, as some people in the community have worked with her. Thank you to FEE3 and Obsidian Daddy for being such wonderful animators and sources of inspiration for me personally. Thank you to my good friend Ted Larson, Theodosius, for being on the writing team and helping out with a lot of other small assets. He made the stat screen from scratch. I also want to thank Joe underscore for being another source of inspiration to me, and as well as helping me out personally with this project in a lot of areas. with stat balancing, map design, and enemy placement. He's been a big help there too. I want to thank you, the viewers, for giving me your time and watching today. And I'd also like to thank the FEU community for giving us a chance to show off what we've been working on. And with that said, my name is Kanto Emblem once again. I thank you all for watching. You can find a link to our thread in the description, I hope. And I will see you all later. So long.